It can take off and land from almost any surface, is capable of replacing several types of aircraft at once, and is one of the few able to carry both European missiles and bombs as well as those made in the USA. The JAS-39 Gripen is a Swedish multi-role fighter jet that may soon appear in the Ukrainian sky. It is extremely difficult to detect in the air, but its radars see everything. It is several times cheaper and less demanding in terms of maintenance compared to its Western counterparts. And yes, our pilots have already started testing these iron birds. Or such mushrooms, that's something to be proud of.
Gripen aircraft are the pride of Sweden, and I am confident that the Gripens can make our freedom significantly more secure. Test trials of the Gripen, involving Ukrainians, our pilots, have already begun, and we discussed concrete steps regarding the possibility of opening discussions about acquiring Swedish Gripens. The possibility to open the topic of acquiring Swedish Gripens.
The development of this aircraft by the Swedish company Saab took almost a decade. The first production Gripen, which translates as Griffin, took to the skies in the early 90s. In 1994, scheduled deliveries to the Swedish Air Force began. The Gripen is equipped with both external and built-in weaponry. The standard armament is a 27mm Mauser cannon with an ammunition load of 120 rounds. The aircraft is equipped with an automatic targeting system integrated into the radar and autopilot systems. Additionally, the Gripen can be fitted with up to 5 tons of missiles or bombs. The aircraft can employ short and medium-range air-to-air cruise missiles. Since 2015, the Gripens have also been upgraded with long-range strike capabilities. In addition, the Gripen can use air-to-surface missiles such as anti-ship and tactical cruise missiles, and can carry up to 4 Maverick missiles or the same number of laser-guided bombs. It is also capable of deploying conventional bombs and cluster munitions.
It is equipped with quite modern systems, including a radar and an onboard defense suite. It carries standard American weaponry, just like most NATO aircraft. And what's more, its advantage is that it can carry not only NATO weapons, but also Swedish-made and European-made armaments. So it's a kind of universal machine.
Designed according to all NATO standards and with such a wide range of weaponry, this Generation 4++ fighter is capable of replacing several different aircraft on the battlefield at once.
It can operate as a fighter bomber, and as a reconnaissance aircraft. And in fact, it can also serve as a bomber if necessary.
The aircraft's electronics deserves special attention. It is equipped with the CDL-39 communication system, which has no analogs in the world. This system provides record-breaking fast data exchange with other aircraft and command posts. The weapons control system is also Swedish, created on the basis of the British Blue Vixen radar. This station can detect fighter jets and missiles at a distance of up to 120 kilometers and moving vehicles at up to 70 kilometers. It also has a terrain mapping mode.
Its radar works excellently against low-flying targets. Against the background of the ground. Its radar is capable of tracking 10 targets simultaneously and can engage 4 of them at the same time.
The question is how the Gripen will perform against Russian aviation. This remains unanswered, as no such battles have occurred. However, there have been exercises. In 2015, China and Thailand held joint flights, where the Thais piloted JAS-39 Gripens, and China was represented by Russian Su-27 SKs. During training battles, beyond visual range, Gripen pilots effectively hit the enemy 41 times. while Su-27 pilots managed only 9. At distances over 30 kilometers, the Swedish fighter hit 88% of targets, compared to just 14% for the Su-27. And during a simulated dogfight between the aircraft, the Gripen won by a shutout with a score of 10-0. Another crucial advantage for Ukraine is, though, the ease of use and maintenance of the Gripen. In this regard, it even outperforms the American F-16s, which are currently the subject of much discussion. The Swedish fighter has a more robust landing gear design. This allows any military airfield or even a highway to be used as a runway. In addition, compared to the F-16, the Gripen's air intakes are located at wing level, not under the cockpit. As a result, the risk of accidentally sucking debris into the engine is significantly reduced, and overall, the requirements for takeoff or landing sites are lowered. Swedish Gripens are also quite easy to maintain, which was even a key point in their overseas defense industry advertising at one time.
There was an advertising claim that one skilled professional aircraft technician and 10 conscript soldiers could maintain it for 30 days. That is, when it comes to the aircraft, arming it, refueling it, checking the systems over the course of a month. All of this can be done by just one professional.
An important factor for Ukraine is the price of the aircraft. And here, again, it has an advantage.
It is the cheapest aircraft, cheap, both in terms of purchase price, the just costs, and in terms of operating costs. For example, in terms of purchase price, it is 2.5 times cheaper than the Eurofighter.
The only downside of the Gripen is their quantity. According to open sources, only 264 of these aircraft have been produced. Moreover, some of them are in service with Hungary, the Czech Republic, South Africa, and Thailand. Accordingly, experts say that large-scale deliveries of these fighters should not be expected. But working in tandem with the same F-16s, of which more than 70 have already been promised, that is the main prospect for the JS-39 Gripen in Ukraine.
As an auxiliary aircraft, the Gripen can quite well be used in our Air Force because it is capable of first launching the same Storm Shadow and Scout missiles. And if we also receive Taurus, it can carry 2 of those missiles under its wings and launch them with ease. At the same time, it still remains a fighter, since in terms of combat load, it can also carry air-to-air missiles.
Among the advantages of the Gripen, analysts mention the long production downtime. Saab has not had orders for these aircraft for years. So if Ukraine signs a contract, they could quickly start making the fighters. In addition, Saab is open to setting up production directly in the customer's country, Tastaria, and this could become a crucial step in the revival of Ukrainian aviation after a victory in the war. We'll tell you more about our latest weaponry with which the Ukrainian armed forces are always ready to stun the enemy on the battlefield in the next episode. So make sure to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes of Arsenal.
An advanced Ukrainian kamikaze strike drone capable of reaching both the Kremlin and St. Petersburg. Thanks to Ukroboronprom, the Ukrainian armed forces are being equipped with a truly unique and advanced combat bird featuring an unprecedented range, power and capabilities. Back at the beginning of 2023, Ukroboronprom announced the first combat test of its newest UAV with a strike range of up to 1,000 kilometers. The details of the development, test results, technical equipment, and even the name of the drone are kept under the strictest secrecy. Very little is actually known about it overall, aside from its main specifications and a few particularly fascinating videos and photos. At that, time, the few available specifications and fragments of official information allow us to speculate about what kind of bird Ukrainian engineers have prepared for the occupiers. Ukraine, November 2017. Alexander Turchinov, who was then the Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, takes part in the first flight test of the Operational Tactical Reconnaissance UAV Gorlitsa, capable of flying over 1,000 kilometers. First, a successful takeoff. Then, an equally smooth, steady, and truly successful landing. And although the development by the Ukrainian state enterprise Antonov was not the first in the world to create a drone capable of flying more than 1,000 kilometers, for Ukraine, the experience of developing such a strike reconnaissance drone proved invaluable, and it is quite possible that it became the foundation for the latest defense industry UAV.
But does Ukraine really and truly require drones that can actually strike targets as far as 1,000 kilometers away? Of course, yes, because we have Crimea, which is currently under occupation and needs to be liberated so that it can return to its rightful status. There are also certain illegal structures that have been built in Crimea during this, so it's simply a matter of time before such equipment is likely to be used.
To be fair, it should be noted right away, the range of 1,000 kilometers does not guarantee that a drone can definitely reach Moscow. For example, the Ukrainian Gorlitsa has a flight range of over 1,050 kilometers, a maximum speed of 230 kilometers per hour, and a flight duration of more than 7 hours, but its combat radius is only about 120 kilometers. The combat radius of a UAV is the distance at which the communication system allows the operator to control the drone. According to employees of Ukroboronprom, their development will be multifunctional. The drone can be used both as a kamikaze and as a reconnaissance strike drone. And in the case of using the bird as a reconnaissance drone with a payload capacity of 50 kilograms, the main threat to it will be the enemy's electronic warfare systems. But Ukrainian engineers know how to counter even the most advanced Russian electronic warfare systems.
The drone absolutely must be equipped with certain data transmission systems, which in today's world are satellite-based. That is, in fact, the most stable communication channel, in this case, is satellite technology. But even without that, relay systems can in fact certainly provide adequately and sufficiently long-range radio coverage, so that the drone can actually be operated at a considerable distance and even under the influence of enemy electronic warfare.
Meanwhile, in the West, a revolutionary breakthrough in the confrontation between drones and electronic warfare systems is brewing. The American company Kratos Defense, after analyzing a huge amount of information from the front, including Ukraine's monthly losses of UAVs, primarily due to jamming devices, has found a solution to this problem: the use of artificial intelligence. The first test UAV to integrate a combat pilot with artificial intelligence will be the American strike drone XQ-58 Valkyrie. According to the company president, with their advanced virtual pilots on board, the drones can autonomously carry out missions where communication and satellite navigation do not work, including attacking targets. Are the Americans willing to share their unique technology with us? The information is classified, but given the close cooperation between Ukroboronprom and Western partners, it is possible that similar AI combat pilots will be used on the front lines. But let's return to the known facts about the Ukrainian drone and the cherry on top, the ammunition load. The Ukrainian multifunctional development features a replaceable head, which in the reconnaissance version contains a camera and a feedback system with the operator. kilometer. In the kamikaze version, however, the extra camera and communication system are replaced with a warhead. 75 kilograms of warhead in the Ukrainian drone. For comparison, the well-known Shahed has a combat payload of only about 40. The flight range, as well as the guidance principle, are similar to the Iranian drone. The Ukrainian kamikaze drone is capable of flying over 1,000 kilometers. The target coordinates, as well as the route, are programmed into the drone in advance.
75 kilograms of warhead. What can that destroy?
Thermal plant. Well, it can do a lot of damage.
And what about enemy combat vehicles?
It's a very expensive development just for targeting enemy combat vehicles. But a couple of these hitting an airfield, that's already impressive.
As for the cost of the latest Ukrainian drone, as well as the number already produced or planned for production, nothing is known for certain. But as they say, price isn't the most important thing here. What matters most is how many of our soldiers' lives have already been saved thanks to the latest Ukrainian weapon, and how many more it will protect in the future.
When we talk about a drone, well, the price might seem high to some extent, or it might seem low, but every drone, especially at the moment it's lost, saves someone's life. And the special thing about a drone is that it's robotics. Robotics are designed to reduce the human factor and to preserve human life. And when drones are lost on the battlefield, that's a good thing because it means we're not losing people.
The multifunctional reconnaissance kamikaze drone is far from the last surprise awaiting the occupiers in Ukraine. As is known, Russia has started building a military base in temporarily occupied Mariupol. When the Ukrainian armed forces will send Putin's new toy in the direction of the Russian warship, we'll tell you in the next episode. In the meantime, give this video a like. Please write in the comment section below which different types of weaponry you would like to learn more about in future episodes. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of the exciting new episodes of Arsenal. Stay tuned.